Hello, judges. I am going to show you some of our new features, which will make judging easier for both virtual and in person, although this will be mainly focused on the virtual fair. So after you log in to online registration, you will click on Judge, and then you'll see here that your assignment is once the link, we'll come back to the link in a minute, but this has your assignment. So this person is assigned to middle school engineering group. I'm going to select that and go to abstracts, because the first thing you need to do as a judge is review the projects on your own. So for engineering group, because this is a group, it will have multiple different exhibit numbers. So it has both engineering, EG, as well as EM, which is engineering mechanical. For most of our smaller fairs, you're going to end up with a variety of exhibit numbers as we've combined groups to make the judging more streamlined. So once you're in here, you will click on the online materials at Google Docs link. If there is not a link, it means that either you're actually attending an in-person fair or this student is not going to participate in the virtual fair. As a judge, you're going to want to review the slide deck, which has information about the student's project. There also will be a short video for virtual fairs where you can get a feeling for the student, and it's kind of that bit of interaction. Also, their research proposal, this might be labeled procedures if it's middle school. It could have multiple different names, and there's likely to be other items in their folder. For example, the ISA forms. It is completely optional for you to look at that as a judge. They might also have a complete research paper. Again, it is up to your discretion how much time you spend reading any additional documentation. But for virtual fairs, you definitely need to review the slide deck and the video, and highly encouraged to look at that research proposal, procedures, which a lot of that will probably be in the slide deck as well. After you have reviewed the project, you are going to go back to the abstract page and click on Project Scoring Tool. You will give a ranking or a score to each of these items that are listed. The full directions are back on a link that I'll show you in a moment. So you're going to give your rankings to this. For online fairs, it is very important that you only give them scores for things you actually see. So the interview is not the video. The interview will be after you talk to the student through Zoom. So that one will be left blank for now. This is also where you're going to leave any comments, feedback that will go back to the student through email. This will happen after the fair. And then there's an area that you can put notes for yourself. When I click Save Score, so it saved it just fine, even though there was one blank. It also is telling me that you've already judged 6 other projects. So this one now has 5 out of 6. And then if I close this window and I click on Score Summary, this will show me all of the projects I have already judged and scored, and show me kind of how I'm ranking them so far. And you can also see this is how they fall in the different areas. We are in current production on actually adding the multiplier in so that it will help differentiate between the importance of different things. For example, poster and slide deck is not as important as the actual execution of the item, or the interview actually has the most points weighted on it. So this is where you'll see your personal results. If we go back to this page, the Judge Main menu, and click on this link, you will find that you are at the page where all of your other judges have also recorded. Sorry for the grammar there, that was horrible phrasing. So you'll see that the Judge Final Results page, it gives you a link to the judging criteria. So those are defined more that you saw in the scoring tool. There is a link to the Zoom meeting if it's a virtual fair. If it's in person, there won't be a link to a Zoom meeting. There will be a little note, possibly with extra directions, letting you know things like, since this is middle school, we have Broadcom Masters. You can nominate up to 4 students for Masters. You will also see that Steph Jones has been listed as the head judge. I'm logged in as Jill Perisher right now. You'll also see the cumulative scores from everybody. So all of the judges, it gets collated together for you. And so this is the raw score. We weren't using rankings this time, but you can kind of see where projects fall. And if I were a head judge, this is also where once you do your deliberation after interviews, these decisions will be made. And you'll get to see what your head judge is doing as this is happening. Best of Fair, that would only be a first place project gets nominated for that. For state, if you are at a regional fair, you will be able to nominate projects to the state fair. And then Masters is the national competition for middle school. For high school, this would be ISEF. So you can nominate a couple of projects to be interviewed again for ISEF consideration. And you can also refresh your view. So as things change with your head judge entering information, you'll be able to view that. And that is how the online tools work with judging. Thank you very much.